Having bought a Jensen Interceptor in 2018 and uncovered its remarkable provenance.
Oh my word, look at that.
That's it, that's the car.
2 years of restoration makes this the boys' longest and most expensive project to date.
That's a bit more than a skim.
To get a return on their huge investment, every inch of the car will need to be perfect. And next on the agenda is the Interceptor's distinctive rear window. The curved glass is covered in scratches, and if it was any other car, they'd simply order a replacement. But rear screens for the Interceptor are impossible to get hold of, so Dru has come up with a plan B.
I'm off to see Mike and Ashley, who are going to do a very sort of old and now not a skill that you'd really see very often. They're going to repolish the windscreens, front and back, for the Jensen.
Glass restorer Mike Smith has already taken delivery of both of the Interceptor's precious screens.
Since I was very, very young, I was a motor engineer, and we'd see scratches on glass, wiper scratches or whatever, and people were always replacing the windscreens. And I discovered there's a way of polishing those to remove them. Hi, Dru.
Mike,
how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. Let's have a look at the screen, shall we?
They're not great, are they?
They're pretty scratched.
It's got a slight green tint to it, hasn't it?
It has indeed.
There.
The main thing is, Dru, is we've got the wiper scratches emanating from there all the way over to here. It's a fairly long scratch. The screen is very old, so we have to be very careful that we don't overheat it. The friction causes heat, obviously, and it will just crack.
What happens if you crack it then, Mike?
You've got to find another screen. This one here just wants a clean up, really, with the final pad. That'll be OK.
And costing?
Normally for these we charge about £300.
OK. Not a lot of money for such a lot of work. It's taken a long time to find somebody who can do this and do it properly.
Mike's unique skills will continue long after he retires, as he's passed on the secrets of his process to his apprentice, Ashley.
Fire away, Ashley.
I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it all, I'm just letting the pad do the work.
Are you stopping now because of the heat?
We're just being extra careful. Feel the heat now.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's hot as a piece of toast.
After buffing first with a coarse, then with finer pads, Mike's own recipe for liquid glass polish creates the crystal clear finish.
I can hardly watch now, it's making me tingle.
This is a bit messier.
I'm surprised just how quick it's coming up. You can suddenly see this sort of the mist sort of parting and this beautifully perfect piece of glass emerging from underneath it. Wow.
Well, we've cleaned this section so far, and it's come out pretty good. I'm very happy.
That's super, that, mate. That's lovely.
And as you can see, the rest of the scratch is still there.
Anybody who spends that much time and that much care and effort and is so careful over this much work, that's somebody I want to be dealing with. All right, well, I'm more than happy. I'll leave you to it.
OK, thank you very much.
Marvellous. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Well done, Ashley.
At Wood & Mortimer, the painstaking repairs to the bodywork are finally complete. And the car is being returned to the original metallic royal blue it wore when it began life as a factory demonstrator. The boys have also found out they can reinstate the car's original registration number, NEA5L. So at Jepson's in Sheffield, a traditional set of number plates are being made.
So that's the reg set out there, and it's a pair of standard oblong.
The letters are stamped into a blank piece of aluminium, creating an embossed finish, which is then sprayed black. Using thinners, the paint on the raised surfaces is now delicately rubbed away, which reveals the shiny silver letters underneath. And once lacquered, the plates give the car yet another period detail.
There you go.
When Paul and Dru bought their Jensen Interceptor back in 2018,
Thank you very much. Legend. Smash him.
they had no idea it would be quite such an epic build. But after almost 3 years of highly skilled restoration work, the car is now being carefully pieced back together. Everything is done by hand, ensuring a finished car that's as beautifully crafted as the day it left the factory. And just a few days later, Paul has arranged to meet Dru in the grounds of Blenheim Palace for a suitably grand unveiling. The last time Dru saw the Interceptor, it was a rusting wreck in white.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, my word. That looks sensational.
Isn't it amazing?
So I arrived today, and then around the corner is a quintessential British icon and Blenheim Palace.
Not that I want to, but I can actually see your face in this bit.
God, that's beautiful.
I know.
That's genuinely beautiful. This thing is so damn handsome. It has that thing which I love about good design, where it can be very, very feminine, but brutal at the same time.
As you know, the best thing about this car is all of these panels are the genuine replacement panels made from the same press tools that made the car in the first place. That's as good as you'll ever get, isn't it?
I'm amazed.
There's not much of the original car left on the outside, but what is amazing is, if you look on the inside, as you know, we've managed to save so much of the car. So that's all the original trim reconstructed. It is.
Wow.
So it looks incredible. All the original dash. Everything works now as well, which is beautiful. There have been a load of times along the route of this restoration, particularly when the car was in so many bits, that I genuinely thought, are we doing the right thing? Are we just pouring money into a pit? But today, all of those worries, all of that stress, worth every penny.
Go on then, hit me with the price.
22.5 grand we paid for the car. We have now spent over £70,000.
On top of that?
No, that's the total bill. So we need to sell a car for 85 grand, really. The provenance is faultless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely faultless. So I'm hoping somewhere in that pile of paperwork is an extra 5 grand.
There's always the kudos, isn't there, turning up and going, he's bringing the press car.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because the reason we're at Blenheim today, there's a little car show of other Jensens here today.
Excellent.
There's some notable cars, and there's some people I want to introduce you to as well.
Amazing.
Jump in.
I'll drive then. Oh, it's nice.
This is very much the thing of the landed gentry, to drive up to a country home, down your private driveway in your Jensen Interceptor, looking, I have to say, the absolute business. I'm so glad we saved it, aren't you?
Definitely. It's lovely.
There you go, look. There's a reunion for you.
The boys have arranged to meet Jensen specialists Matthew and Leah Gilliard-Watts to show them the finished Interceptor.
The important bit when you are restoring these cars is to use original pressings and get it right. So you've done a good job there.
Everything's lead-loaded, hand-filed. There's not a skim of filler in this car.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm really glad we didn't throw the towel in. That car needed to be saved. We were the right people to do it. That will now go on, have another rich and interesting history to go on top of the one that we already have found for it. It's an incredible little car.